got some
No,
really
I don't
interesting
mind
picks
that.
in here, Brent.
Don't mind
Yeah.
that at
This
all.
one, for example.
Absolutely.
Like, what
The
I'm
book
trying to
on the
think, there was
monastery's
definitely
history was
games
written
where I
by
was like, pick up
Christian
that item,
monks.
pick up
It
that item.
says...
Yes,
Hold on,
I'm gonna
Melanie.
add that to,
Before
and
you
like, I
start
never
your
used it.
academic lecture,
Yeah, but that's
you may
good
be
design.
interested to
Like
know that I've
Yeah.
that's
seen
what you're supposed to
someone
do. You're
called
supposed to
Maglor,
give players
who
options,
was good
and
enough to
then
tell me
like by
that you and I are to
with
be
obviously not
executed in a
rubbing,
few days'
because one of the
time.
downsides
I
of a
know
point and click
that,
game is
Brent.
that like
I've
you
seen
can
him
just
too.
rub any
He was
object
here
against
half an hour
another and
ago. He told me
try and figure
everything.
out from
Oh,
there.
and I
But by
suppose
giving
it
them
doesn't
all these
bother
different
you.
avenues and
Well,
trying to
as for
see which one
me,
works and what
I had
doesn't,
other plans
that's
for
what
the
kind of like
remainder of
gets
my
you
life,
to make
be
a
honest.
solution,
Brent,
because
what do
you're
you
obviously
think I'm
ruling
doing
out
here with these
obvious,
books? I'm
like
looking for
this
something
clearly
that
isn't going
might
to
be of
work from
help
this
to
one.
us.
However, if you're just leaving it to just three
This is no
things
time
in
to
a
start
level,
pleading, Melanie. We
those three
must
things are
do
going to
something.
click and work.
Well, at
You
least
know?
I found out that this monastery used to be inhabited by Christian monks.
So what? What good is that?
Why don't you listen? The Druids besieged the monastery, but they couldn't find a way in. Not one of the
The
monks
fact
they
that
tried
these
to
two are
free
being like
during the
drawn
siege
together,
ever came
like
back.
as a
The
couple,
monks
is
heard their
hilarious
brothers
because they have
scream.
no
Yeah.
chemistry at all.
Sometimes
There's
for days on
nothing.
end.
I think I can guess what the
It's
Druids were
just
doing to
man
them.
and
That's where
woman
the
must
chronicles
be
stop,
couple.
in mid-sentence.
Yeah.
The Druids
Yeah,
must
it's
have found a
bumbling
way
man
into
and
the monastery.
traumatized woman.
Melanie,
That's
this is all
the
very
couple.
interesting,
Like
but we just don't have time for history lessons. We're in trouble now.
I know, Brent. That's why I suggest you have a good look round the monastery while I carry on studying these books. Maybe we'll find a way out of this.
What good's that supposed to do?
2 pairs of eyes see more than one. I may find something in these chronicles that'll help us fight the Druids. Meanwhile, I suggest you look for the room Maglor mentioned, the one where the crystal ball is hidden.
I don't know. I'm not sure I trust him all that much. What if he's lying?
Brent,
it reminds you a
there's
lot
no
of
point in worrying
Professor
about
Blake,
that
except he
now.
has his
He's
legs.
the only friend we've got around here.
Aren't you scared at all, Melanie?
Of course I'm scared, but we mustn't give up. If we just sit around and wait, the ritual will be completed, and then we'll die.
Perhaps we should never have come here.
What choice did we have? To let the circle rule the world?
That may yet happen anyway. The only difference is that we won't be there to see it.
We're not dead yet, Brent. There's still a chance. We have to try. Think of Mr. Blake. He helped us and paid
Like
for
these
it with his
long,
life.
winding
Do you want his
conversations
death
that
to
they
have been
have
in vain?
Hmm.
Mr.
are
Blake. If only he could have seen all this.
like
He would
so
have
much of
confirmed
this
all
is
his
trying to
theories.
push through the
Doubt it would
narrative
have
that they're
pleased him
going
very much,
to be a
though.
couple, or
Okay,
that
Melanie,
they're trying to
you're
work
right.
together, but they're
Let's
not
do
even
all
working
we
together
can.
well.
I'll take
No.
a look around this place. Will you still be here? Eh?
Like it's
Of course.
gas, really.
Good.
It's just
Take care of yourself.
yeah,
And you,
it's just
Brent.
bad writing all around. And like listen, if they did follow the suit of most games, which is kept it as a will they won't they. Like the reason why, okay, I'll use Mulder and Scully as an example from the X-Files, right? Like they are like I guess a quintessential will they won't they relationship, because
Yeah,
I think only in recent times are they actually written to be actually physically together. Because obviously they're in the FBI, they can't be seen to
yeah,
be in a relationship, blah blah blah. There's rules against that sort of thing. Whereas like if you're like the chemistry and the sexual tension is very obviously there because you've got two great actors who totally lean into it. Like it's telling the audience, that they want this to happen, but they can't. So that it makes the audience project that bit and go, oh come on, make it happen, do it. Whereas this is a ham-fisted attempt at it because it's very much show don't tell. You know what I mean? No, don't get me wrong, it's hard to do it in the video game because you don't have physical actors doing it. But that's where the skill of the voice actor comes into it, to kind of deliver that line in a particular way that gives off that impression. And again, Broken Sword had that with the two voice actors for George and Nico. They got across the point that the relationship and chemistry was growing from that point. And
yeah,
they're still a will they won't they. Like they never hook up proper. Like they have
yeah.
little flits and starts and all that, but like in later games, George has a partner, and Nico had boyfriends as well, and flings and all this sort of stuff. But the whole point is that they're never actually formally a couple. That's what makes the relationship great.
Yeah. And like there's some programs and some series where you have the will they won't they, and it goes on for too long. You're like, just fucking either do it or fuck off. Whereas this is just like I've watched series before where there are couples kind of been forced upon you, like, nah, this doesn't work. And usually, like, I suppose nowadays you've got the kind of fan culture who will make it known to the networks, don't do this.
Yeah.
Um, but this is obviously in a time before that, so
Mm.
we're being force fed this awful, awful, awfulness.
Yeah.
Better turn it off again.
Yeah, no, that's the thing as well. Like, it's just it. I don't know whether, like, obviously, again, these guys like making a game for the first time, but it was it because they just didn't have anything else for these two to do, basically, rather than just like, okay, we'll fall in love, you know, like. Usually when something like this happens, it kind of ties in with the plot a little bit. You know, there's actual like there's a narrative reason why they're
Yeah.
drawing together. Like they were like, okay, if I was rewriting this game, for example, and I wanted to drive home the fact that, like, I want at the end of the game, I want Brent and Melody to be a happy couple and they all live happily ever
This
after.
looks very much like a workshop.
In this manner, I would have had a Brent and Melanie, like they would have been the king and queen of the castle. They would have owned it,
This is a strong
you know,
smell of
and that's how
smoke.
you see them. That's how you realize, oh, we were always drawn together. Fate had brought us together anyway, you know, kind of way. But there's nothing like
Hey,
that here.
friend, how are you?
How should I be? Every day I work my fingers to the bone. I get bad
My
food,
God.
bad treatment.
Yeah.
How would
Who's this
you-
meant to be?
The gardener, I think,
I understand.
because he's the same. It's the same accent.
Huh,
Right, okay.
thank that.
The kind of West Country twang that you get.
Yeah.
For a
Body
penny.
shape doesn't match, though.
At least you're working
No.
for
Or maybe
your
I'm
own
just
free will
getting
and can
fooled
leave
by the
anytime you like.
beer
I'm
bod
a
in
prisoner.
the
Oh.
Celtic guy.
A prisoner, are you?
Yeah, the gardener is hiding
Well,
his
that's
his
hard
his
to
shredded
explain.
fucking
I think
abs
our
with
main
his
crime was coming
overalls
from
and
this place.
cheers, you know. You have to look
You mean
past
you're
the
not
overalls,
only
you know. You have to
prisoner
you have to imagine
No, I
what that
came out
garden,
with a
how
lady.
that built that
Oh,
gardener is
lady.
outside of it, you know.
That's good.
How is that good?
I haven't seen any ladies here for a long, long time.
He also does like being shirtless and what
But you'll
seems to be
keep
having
away
leather
from her if
jocks.
you know what's
I
good
can't
for
tell
you.
if this is a Smiths or the BDSM club.
Your wife, is she?
Because
No,
like
it's
there is
not
a
that.
tanner there at the back on the
Look,
back
I don't
wall.
think this is any
Could
of
easily
your
be
business.
converted to a
She's
rack.
with me.
You know what I mean?
That's all that need concern you.
All right. I get it. Then tell me what it is you want with me.
No, okay, no. After me saying that now,
Is there anything I can do for you?
You? Look at you.
Oh, dear.
A weakling like you. I'll bet you couldn't even hold a hammer.
I hope you're talking about an actual tool there.
Who looked a lot like you.
Uh-oh.
Didn't stay long, though. Work was too hard for him.
All right.
I'm trying to work out what type of
Help.
pelt is
You
that
can
up on
help
the
me by
wall
not
there.
standing around in my
What animal
way.
was it?
If I don't get my
I presume
work
cowhide.
finished by tomorrow,
Like considering it's meant to
Very
be like
small.
punished badly.
yeah.
What exactly do
Cows
you
are
do
smaller
there?
in the 16th
I
century, of
work the
course.
forge for my masters.
True.
Obvious pipes, weapons.
It's not true. Don't believe anything I say.
Right now, of course.
I know, it would make sense that they're not genetically modified, so they'd be slightly
Yeah.
smaller, but I don't think they're that small.
No.
Nah, wars come and go.
It's either they've been using Highland cows for all their tanning needs, which is a bit unnecessary.
You're secretive.
They're too
We
cute
need
to be
so many
tanned.
more of these little ones.
Yeah.
We have to
You
shave
seem
them
like your
first.
masters much.
Not
Um,
like 'em.
Sir, I don't mean to alarm you here, but they're not cows, they're horses. They're like, oh,
And my children are
I was wondering why they kept running away.
Once I dared to go to Sir Stan's room and ask for more money.
And
That's when I got these scars on my back.
what did they do to you?
10 lashes on the whip.
Oh, that's why he's shirtless. He's wounded,
That's
that's
just-
why.
3 weeks.
Right, okay.
Given
That and he loves it.
since then.
Why don't you fight back? A strong man like you.
I'd do anything to hurt those villains. Oh, but they are powerful and cruel. I have to finish my work by tomorrow, or else I'll be punished in some horrible way.
Which is why he's standing
Tell me
here in the
about the
corner, not
Druids.
doing
I
it.
don't know much about them. Anyway, I'm not allowed to tell you anything.
Ah, that's interesting.
Ah,
Stranger.
that's interesting.
I don't know about you,
Ah,
but I'm
yes,
quite
apparently
attached.
procrastination did exist in the
I
16th
don't
century,
think
even at the
it's
threat of
sort of
death.
Because you're so nosy.
Why is your work so urgent?
And why
don't
am I
really
pointing
know
at you?
Myself why they need their stuff so quickly. I think I'm helping to prepare some big ceremony of theirs. Anyway, they keep strengthening their fortifications.
Have you noticed anything unusual around here lately?
Unusual? No, not really. Except that it's extremely quiet in the monastery. Oh, hang on. There was something. I heard children crying. 2 days ago. It was after dark. And I couldn't see.
Private rooms.
Uh,
As opposed to
Something in
those
private
rooms?
Did it sound like
Yeah.
babies crying?
Yeah, it did. Just like that.
Interesting. Did you notice anything else?
No, nothing. Why do you ask?
Just asking.
a mild curiosity.
Ceremony?
Yeah, of some sort. Don't ask me what it's all about. I don't know anything about their heathen religions. I was brought up a Christian. There's hardly any Druids left in Britain these days anyway.
Except here.
Hmm.
I'll have a look around if you don't mind.
All right, go ahead.
So obviously he's gonna help us out if we help him
I'm
out.
sure it'd be trouble
That's
this Smith
obviously
wouldn't
Yeah.
take any of them.
from the
What we're
conversation.
getting at here.
Yeah.
I don't
So
think
if we
my
bail him out from
I
whatever
don't
trouble he
think my
has, which
help
is
required.
that his forge isn't working, then he'll make something for us. So that's the quid pro quo we have it with the
They're too far
with the
away.
Smith here.
I don't want to get into trouble.
So that's one. So you've already uncovered one puzzle we need to do to get things to get the ball rolling.
The
So
ball rolling here.
yeah. So this is kind of common enough with
There's
one of the
nothing I
games
really
that like
need
you
right
have a
now.
couple of puzzles you need to solve in one go, and basically one kind of falls into the other. You know.
Yeah.
This is what I have to laugh at, right? You have a chopping block, and you have a man who is due for execution and needs to escape from this monastery. What does he do? He picks up the wood and not the axe.
Not the axe. Yep.
Like,
Looks a bit too creepy for my liking.
I thought you were laughing at how
Think I'll steer clear of
perfectly
the shed.
symmetrical the piece of wood was.
do you know what? It was a very well cut piece of wood, I have to
Just
say. Like they just
Yeah.
did it
He's
better about the 16th century. You know?
I don't know what he's going to use it for, but he's just impressed.
Well, obviously, there's two problems,
There's a
right?
bird's
He's
nest.
the chimney is blocked with a bird's nest, right? That's one problem, and there's no obviously his forge isn't actually lighting, so that's another issue in of its all right. So we have to solve both of them, both sides of it to.
There's a bird's nest up on the chimney.
So I think we're trying to explain to him what's going on.
I'd like to ask you a few more things.
Okay,
concerning our
here we
tour.
go.
Well, keep it short then.
It's pretty smoky in here. Do you know that?
Of course I know. The damned fire keeps going out. Ever seen a smith who could work without a fire?
What's the matter? Does the rain get in?
What do I know? There's always problems with the fire in here. Nothing works. But everything's
And have you tried doing something about it rather than just sitting here
Oh,
moping?
I know the feeling. Scotland
Standing in the
Yard's not
corner
much different.
crying.
Scotland
Yeah.
Yard? Where's that? In Scotland?
No. Let's just say it's a place it takes a long time to get to.
All I know is the settlement's on the other side of the river, and I curse the day I left them to come here. I should have stayed in the village.
We've all been there, haven't we?
What village?
Got like getting
Born
lampooned
there.
into a job we
I
didn't
lived
want.
there until I came here asking for work. That was a big mistake. I thought I could earn some money here to feed my family. What happened? I became a slave to those druids.
Quite literally, I get whipped every day.
Do you think you might be able to help me get out of here?
I'd have to be pretty stupid to try that. I had to pledge loyalty to Sir Stan when I came here. Everyone did. Only he decides who can come and go.
And he's in his kind of maniacal mood now, so yeah, it's not a good thing to ask.
I see. Oh well, looks like there's nothing I can do for you or that you can do for me.
I'm really sorry, stranger, but as you can see, I have enough problems here as it is. I really can't do
The
with
defeatist energy in this game is really is really drawing me back into it, isn't it? It's like, well, it looks like we're out of ideas here. Nothing I can do here. You're fucked. I'm fucked. We're all going to die. Good night.
Oh god. Right. I tried to
Yeah.
even see what order to do these things in.
Yeah. Now, I think there's one or two other puzzles that we haven't yet got the hang of, but it is coming. In fairness, like I think
Right, okay.
majority of the pieces are there. Like for instance, this cabbage patch is doing well, but as you can see, there's a drain there that we could potentially block to flood the place.
Mm-hmm.
Simple wooden buckets. All empty.
Again, why are we doing that? I don't know, but it seems like something we can do to book around.
Yeah. Don't know why we want to ruin the cabbages, but let's go ruin some cabbages.
Well, maybe Brent has an irrational fear of cabbages, you know? Considering that we've established his diet is mostly just one pizzeria, maybe he just doesn't like his greens.
He doesn't even know what they are, probably.
Probably not. Yeah. He is just looking at the patch going, some strange green vegetable-like things
Which
are
be
growing.
mold.
Yeah.
Must protect the monks from all this mold.
Yes. Just there getting stuck on the wall, as you do.
It's fixed on tight.
So this is one thing, right? So like you can switch on the water at any point, but the game is trying to get you to figure out why you want to in the first place. He goes, "Oh, the water switch on. I better switch off." It's like, no, I want it on. Like, come on, let me start off let me get the ball rolling with the puzzle, you know. But instead, I have to like go from one end to the other, hold it, or do some other nonsense with it. It's not
It works. The water's flowing.
There we go.
Hey.
Look at that.
Better turn it off again.
No, keep it on, Brent. For fuck's sake. Jesus, man. This man has never sabotaged a thing in his life.
Except his own job and livelihood.
Yeah, pretty much.
And love life.
There's only one thing he loves, and that's his job.
I hate salad.
Oh, there's your answer.
What good's a drain going to do me?
Hey. Oh.
Again, isn't he working out the mechanics of like,
What good's a drain going to do?
which pump do I have to switch on again? Why can't things be simple? So yeah, so one thing there to do there is to try and block the drain, and that will flood the patch, and
Yeah.
Roots.
hilarity ensues from there.
So we've got the piece of wood.
We do have the piece of wood, yes.
Right, let's use this herb then.
But no, it's a herb that blocks the drain. You know, one of those famous, like, really thick herbs that just clogs everywhere. You know, could have had a cloth, or, as you said, a block of wood, something solid that the water wouldn't go through. No, something nice and permeable, like a herb.
The water's flowing now.
Hey.
Hey, look at that. We've ruined these people's lunches for the day.
Worms.
Yep. It's all part of our heinous plan to collect some worms.
Better turn it off again.
They were really proud of that animation of worms, weren't they?
Yeah. Yeah.
They lingered on it a bit longer than I would have hoped.